Cheers.
Nice one. Welcome to another episode of Heywood and Stuff. This is the podcast where I record sporadically when my mental health allows me, when I've got time, when I've got space. And the other day, I was in the park with my little one and I bumped into a fellow dad. And he's been on a journey going down this neurodivergent thing that a lot of us have got. And I wanted to talk to Chris a little bit today. Thank you for coming in. You're right.
Yep.
First time I met you, we didn't talk about neurodivergence a lot, and if at all, and I'm not even sure if you were aware
I don't think I
within
was.
yourself about the whole thing.
I remember I said to you, I was like, oh, I talk a lot. I talk fast. And you were like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I got that look that I've got off, countless many people. I don't know if you've had the same look.
What's the look?
The look is there.
Like, he's a bit much sort of thing.
Oh, aye. But I mean, if you want to like not getting it straight, I get used to it. But like you said, part of my job was in nightclubs was to do that in the first place anyway. So,
At what point did you think? What was it that brought it to like your mind?
I can remember I was looking at a laptop. I don't know what I do. Emails for work, invoices for work on the laptop, and something must have been popping up on there before I open the Gmail.
Yeah.
There's the news feed. And like, I don't watch the news or anything. I try and cut stuff out. And I don't know if voices were listening or something. But it must kept coming up, ADHD. And I read a little bit, and I read a little bit more, and I read a little bit more. Because I've never been surrounded by anything like that.
That you know of?
That I know of. So I kept reading it, but I was embarrassed, I remember being embarrassed about it. So I just kept, whenever Sophie walked in the kitchen, I kept shutting it. Then I looked more and more.
You were embarrassed about like looking into it?
Looking into it.
Oh, fuck.
But I was reading about this, and it's a possible autism crossover, because when I used to read books a lot, I used to turn them over as well. For some reason, I was embarrassed to see what I was reading.
Reading?
Why? It's like eating.
I don't know.
I don't like being watched. I don't like people watching us eat.
Mate, it's so funny because...
But like, I think that's the old... So should we call it tisms for this?
Yeah, I call it tism.
I think that's the old...
Because Briggy, you know Briggy,
yeah.
my partner, she, for like the first few years, whenever she was like on her phone, as soon as I came in, she got funny.
Aye.
And I got paranoid, right? Because I'm a bit paranoid anyway as a person. And I was like, who the fuck is she messaging? Mm-hmm. But like, I've come to realize she just feels a bit uncomfortable if she's involved in something.
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm treading onto her like space.
It's so difficult to explain. I used to do the same with the phone as well, and Sophie was like
what are you hiding?
That's a fair crack, that. When you turn your phone over,
yeah,
it's on silent,
yeah,
and it was just automatic for me. I don't want to be watched. Whatever, it could be anything. I could be googling anything. What?
Okay, all right, so this is super like close to the bone for me, because I've noticed that with Briggy as well. She puts her phone screen down a lot of the time.
I think it could possibly be something to do with RSD.
What's that?
Rejection sensitive dysphoria.
Right.
Which is massive in ADHD. I don't know whether you've heard of it. We get 20,000 more telenoffs, basically. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Than the normal. So we build up this and this when you think about it, it's true.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing the kids before I was diagnosed, when they were doing something, and they were like, "Daddy, come and do this." I'm like, "You're not meant to do that." We're like, "But Daddy, the kids are doing it." I'm like, "Listen," I was like, "if anybody's going to get it wrong, it's your dad, right?"
Yeah.
I just stand out. People say I stand out. People say I'm loud. Do you know what I mean? It's like I will get wrong,
yeah.
and that it's just little things like that, because like I think you build up this defense. But I said I can't remember which psychiatrist it was for the autism or the ADHD. I was like, I don't mind now. I like the confrontation in a way, because I'm so used to it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I think I know a lot of people that don't, and I think that's what must hurt a lot of people.
Do you think it helps like with the awareness of like, oh, actually, I'm not a bad person. It's just this is the way that I am. Once you have that awareness, it kind of makes it feel a bit safer to be like, well, fuck it.
No, well, this was before. I built up this resilience before.
Like a coping thing.
Yeah. But I honestly believe, since now I've got the autism, it's weird. ADHD diagnosis, hit us like a truck. It hit us like a truck.
Really?
Oh, aye. It was like depression, like, what was my life? What have I done? That's because of that. That's because of that. That's because of that. That's because of that. Relationships. Do you know what I mean?
So, because I've heard of this before, like when we were living in Brighton, we went to like an ADHD group thing, and there were lots of people in their like 40s, 50s, 60s that had just got diagnosed, and they were doing a lot of that, like, oh, what my life could have been if I mean, I was diagnosed when I was like 6, so I always knew.
Yeah, so it's like
I never went through that, but that's.
I got diagnosed. I got diagnosed at 46.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's 40 years. But
So,
I honestly believe, like I know we're gonna viewers, we're gonna go back and forward here, but I honestly believe that like nightclubs and the path I chose career-wise was perfect because it was like. It was that way. It was loud. It was like I was thinking about this the other day. It was like with the autism, it's like that closed off stuff, and you think, well, how can you be like not necessarily closed off or difficult in relationships with other people and stuff? It's like, well, because you run a nightclub, it's like, well, yeah, I do, but like they're all just punters and they're all just staff. Like, and it's just you're a manager, and literally, like, I remember saying to people, it's kind of lonely. It's like a lonely place because it's you punt our stuff and then making money. Do you know what I mean?
You don't have to get too close to people.
And you work every weekend, so you don't. It was perfect. I didn't realise that because, to be honest, I want to work every weekend because I do want to go out to parties. And I don't want to go out to. Well, I would go out to the odd party. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I think that's why it was really good.
And what did the ADHD part of you like about that job?
Oh, that's front of house.
Yeah.
Me. What's the word for it? You're more intelligent than me. What's the description I think best suited for it is ADHD's front of house.
Yeah.
Suit.
Yeah.
Fly, telling people what to do, meeting and greeting, blah blah blah.
It's different every day. You don't know what to expect.
Autism is back of house. Autism's rotas, P&Ls, profit and loss, all the finance, fair, things like that. Do you know what I mean?
Fuck. So you could do all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. I could be mental, and then I was class back of house.
Yeah.
So like, I hate saying people threw money at us, but like they didn't throw money at us. But I always got I got promoted pretty well because they were like, whoa, you could. But like, you know what it's like. We just don't. We don't see the adulation. We just go like, oh, it's just a job, don't we? We never go like, oh yeah, look at me, look at me. I remember the managers doing that, and I was just like, well, you know, but I'm just one of you. Like I used to say to staff, I'm just one of you, but I just thought like,
yeah, you struggle to take the
the compliments. It just doesn't go in, does it?
Yeah, right.
It's so annoying.
It is annoying
because you want to go.
I've had that as well, where people compliment me on stuff, and I'm like, man,
yeah, well, just what I do.
That's something we've got to work on, though, right?
Yeah,
because there must be a way around that. So you said you were 46 when you got diagnosed for the ADHD and the autism. No,
I was told autism was last week, or week before.
Had you? Okay, so let's take it back. So you're on the laptop, you're looking into ADHD. You're like, fuck, I think I've got this thing, and then
I was just shit scared. I was shit scared to take the
first step. How did you tell Sophie first?
Yeah, Sophie was. My memory's shocking. Sophie was just there, and she put us on the. Is it the right to choose? Yeah, I think it's called right to choose. And then I went, and then obviously once momentum kicks in, because I would never have done that on my own.
Yeah, was she like super supportive of the whole thing?
Yeah, oh, massive.
That's such a big part of it because
it's like,
that could have ruined it a little bit.
It's like when I tell her, I'm like, and this is the truth. I definitely don't want to cry. But like, I'm like, you're the only person that's ever helped us. You're the only person that's ever helped us. Everybody else just give a shit. Mum and Dad. My dad's 77 or 76. My mum is like 73 or something. I mean, they're on holiday now. They're still worried about the kicking to a certain extent. Do you know what I mean? But my mum's dad fought in the war, infantry, Second World War. You know, like died of a heart attack because of all it, whatever. You know, she
was raised in a very different.
They're so close to that. That's that old stuff. Do you know what I mean? So like, I don't blame them for nought. I don't blame them for anything. I don't blame my dad who I think's got it, but we're not sure for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was laughing at Sophie the other day. I was like, yeah, that's a good term for it. I'm first generation diagnosed.
Yeah. Do you
know how they say first generation? Yeah. First generation. I was like, I'm the first one to be diagnosed. And I was quite proud of it. I was like, I think I've never heard anybody say it. So like, I'm first generation diagnosed.
It's so important as well. Like you're leading the way.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You're
because
making it.
The kids are gonna get possibly something, probably 70% chance. And once, basically what happened was, I got the what you call it, the super focus or whatever you want to call it. Some of the terminology I'm not...
Hyper-focused.
You know,
the type of ADHD.
You know, where you just go like, you zone in and you just nothing.
Yeah.
Like, and it just was kids for me. And it was just like, because like, I never thought I would have kids. You never think you're going to have, like marriage and kids, it's just one of them things in it where you know how you're always an outsider. You always feel like on the outside. Even though people don't think you're an outsider, you always feel like an outsider. You always feel like you just don't, I might annoy them, or I might piss them. I know, but I'm too loud and nobody, do you know what I mean? Like, so like...
Yeah, your internal dialogue's bullying you a little bit, it sounds like. I've definitely had it.
I've said this to some of the guys, and you know what I read? So basically, I've listened and read self-help books for years.
Yeah.
It started off with 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. That's what Covey...
Oh, that's what Covey... Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
But I've since found out when I listened to the audio book, it's Covey. But that's how I used to carry it around in my work bag. I used to carry it around in clubs because I used to just pick out information. I used to store stuff because I used to get so quick-tempered and I couldn't understand it.
Same.
I couldn't understand it. I was like, I know I'm good. I'm like a proper decent person. What we're like with bullying. What we're like with injustice. We're mad hot for it. We hate all that stuff. And then I was just like, but why you get so angry, Chris?
Oh man, I had such anger issues with everyone that was close to me. Anyone that was close to me, I'd get pissed off with them, and if they argued back, I'd get even more angry. And if they didn't argue, I'd get angry because they don't care. You couldn't win.
Nah.
But it's like your own. It's your own stuff.
It's emotions basically. You just couldn't. You kind of like. But I didn't. Now I know. But now I couldn't. I couldn't work out how to deal with them. So I was just like. And I knew I was fairly intelligent.
Yeah.
So I was just like, just read up on it, Chris. Just try and work out something. So like basically, you've got. This is when technology comes into play a part. You've got books that you can get off possibly Amazon. Like because maybe in 46, it's like. You know, the internet wasn't kicking around like at certain times. Do you know what I mean? So you got bits and bobs. And now then, since when podcasts and stuff come in, it's just like, you literally can, I want to do RSD. I want to do autism, but like over 40s. It's all there. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so why did you then think, hold on, maybe there's another layer to this?
Just reading about it. So like I was...
What was like the tell for you? Because I know I've got ADHD. And I know that... I mean, I know my ADHD inside out. And I've learned a lot about autism just through when me and Briggy figured out that she has both. And then I started learning a bit more about autism. And then I start questioning, like, have I got it?
It was
have
the
I not?
social thing, right? It was, I was convinced I was cracking. I used to say to Sophie, I was like, I should get paid to come out because I'm funny. And I tell funny stories.
Well, you are funny. You are funny. You do tell funny stories. But you're not wrong.
Damn, man, because I just got thinking like, oh my god, I should have done some kind of career. So like I was like, but like being out didn't really. But anyway, so like I realised that it was social cues, pickups, things like that. The bluntness. I thought I was like, I thought everybody was kind of like that. I was just like, you know, that black and white.
Yeah.
That black and white.
Yeah.
I still don't get it now. I go,
Man, talking about the black and white. So like me and Briggy will have conversations about everything. And sometimes she'll say something and I'm like, that's very black and white. And she's like, yeah, but that's the way it is. And I'm like, nah, it's grey. and I joke with her, I was like, she lives in the black and white and I live in the grey.
Oh, right.
Like
okay.
I live in all the like possibility in between.
But we'll touch on this a lot in this conversation, but like, it's still the spectrum in it, so there's going to be bits and bobs. Yeah. It's like there's certain things that it's like with ADHD and time management. I'm fine.
Your autism saves you on the time management.
I firmly believe that autism.
Oh yeah, you were on time today. You were bang on time.
Yeah. I'm like because this is my nightclub watch. I've had it all day. It's got all the scratches and stuff in. And I think that comes from because you had to open the club at that time, staff had to come in at that time, so it's literally drilled into me.
Yeah.
So people go like, I've had a couple of people come in and like, oh yeah, the time blindness. I hate talking other people about ADHD when they just want to doesn't my head in. But anyway, they go the time blindness. I'm like, I've got it. Like I have not got it.
Yeah.
Like it's just not there.
I mean, it's important to say, like, not everyone with ADHD is time blind.
That's what I mean.
But fucking hell, a lot of us.
That's what I mean about the spectrum. Like
there's a lot of like nuance.
But this is what I'm thinking about. This is what I'm passionate about, because like I'm passionate about late diagnosis and helping people. I want to help people really. There's just certain holes. It's just so broad in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I believe that like the ADHD's been driving the car, steering the ship for so long. Autism's always been there, but now since the diagnosis, since I've been calming down on the ADHD and realising, just didn't say that, you don't have to speak that quick. Just, you know why? You know what stops us from doing it now is, I like to save me energy. Like I like to say, don't, because you're going to overstimulate yourself and then you're going to burn out. And like, so don't do that, because you burn out with your family or whatever.
Which do you think is more, now that you're like super aware of everything in your brain, right, and how it functions? Which
is more prominent.
Yeah. And which is more of an
at first I would have said
struggle.
At first I would have said 70-30, but I don't think it's that. I think it's more 50-50.
Yeah.
I think the autism has like always been there. I said to the psychiatrist and he was like Dr. Raj, he was called. He was like,
Dr. Raj.
Raj Kumar, he was. And I was like, he was the first one to say, just called Dr. Raj. So I was like, I said relationships to me are like a transaction. Like, again, I'm not bothered about making friends. It doesn't bother us. And I'm not saying that and I'm going to start crying. I couldn't care.
Care. It doesn't have to be negative either, right?
No, I just don't care.
That's why I tell Briggy that I think I'm 5% autistic, because I'm similar with things like that. Like I'm okay with myself.
I'll meet you and be like, way back.
Yeah.
And then we'll go away and be like, that's it.
Yeah, and if we bump into each other again, we'll have a chat.
When I see friendship groups, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. God, I used to be together. I was in school.
I know.
It's just baffles me.
I know. I mean, I see like those. I see it as well, man. Those friendship groups are like, that's a proper commitment.
But like, see, maybe this is the black and white thing. Sophie goes to me. She goes, after I had the initial horrificness of kids, you know, like the kids.
It's a lot.
What they call them things? Them cloth things.
Vomit.
And what they called, man, or whatever. Like she used to be like, why don't you just go out with your friends? I was like, I haven't got it. I don't want to.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, she was like, and I was like, hey, but
yeah, because you must know loads of people.
Yeah, loads. But all just acquaintances. They're all just a transaction. It's like when I worked in Fitzy's in Whitley, a massive bar, and it was like 20 people would sit at that bar, and I would like, I have 2010. And I'd be like, I know he likes to talk about his dog, and I like to talk about his wife. Football.
Oh, you've learned
so like,
the
I just like, and I would
with.
choose how to go with it, whether I want to get kicks out of it or not.
Or
I get their kicks out of it or not. So it'd be there for their fun or my fun.
Depending how much energy reserve you've got.
If I was feeling fruity, I would just give people free drinks. Be like, do you want a free drink? I just try and get people pissed. Don't mind.
Yeah.
just fun in a certain way, but then forget about it. But then you would get people come up to you that you give a free drink to, and they'd be like, "Oh, buy a pint." Be like, "What for?" Like, "We give us a free drink." I was like, "Oh, it's just just having fun, really." Yeah. But I mean, and I think what I've learned now is if you heard of rage baiting.
Yeah.
I used to be pretty bad with that. Like,
what, in person or like online?
No. I've never done it online. I've never trolled or anything. Just in person. Just prodding people.
How does that look? Go on.
It's just like...
is this an ADHD thing, an autism thing, or just a Chris thing?
Or personality. This is
the other thing,
it's
right?
It's a good point. There's personality.
Yeah. It's different. It's separate. You. Yeah, it's separate from the other two.
And then there's ADHD and there's autism. Yeah, exactly.
And it's difficult to...
This is my point about the spectrum as well. This is my point. Like, and I think if you haven't got a good personality...
No, I know what you mean.
Like a good moral
compass. Yeah.
That's... And you're led by ADHD and autism, that's possible prison. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I bet you've had some bad thoughts about possibly not doing anything bad, but like just thinking, looks lucrative.
The mind can wander.
Aye.
Of course it can.
And I think the personality, but this, I don't know what I spoke to you about it, and don't want to get too rough about suicide as well. I think if you've got not a woe is me personality, but like one of them personalities that needs help,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you chuck that in with ADHD and autism.
I think no, I agree with you 100%. I think some people they've grown up through whatever struggles or trauma that they get into that self-victim thing, and then you put ADHD and autism in the mix. I think it gets really difficult. And I'm sure you know some people as well that
I know people have gone.
Yeah, right. That have gone through.
I know people have gone or dead.
Yeah. And I've actually taken it all the way.
I'm pretty sure. I'm like, oh yeah, he definitely.
Yeah, and it's not that the ADHD and the autism made it happen, but I think it adds to
just
how
accelerates it.
Yeah.
You think about the RSD as well, like you had over the years and all that.
Man,
still people telling you.
And the ADHD is just a nightmare sometimes.
You can make it empowering.
You can make it work for you.
It's like the hunter farmer one you heard. Excuse me. Have you
fucking what?
The hunter
gatherer.
Sorry. I thought it was farmer.
Hunter gatherer, yeah.
All right, well, okay. Yeah. So you've heard it?
Yeah.
So we were the hunters and they were the farmers and stuff. And I was like, oh, I don't know this shit. And I was just like, it kind of feeds into it a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So
I forgot what we're talking about.
Hunter farmer. So did I really. Hunter farmer.
What was it from?
We're going to cut that bit.
Yeah, we can cut that bit. Have a vape. Fucking hell, the ADHD is rife.
I know.
I'm not saying this to try and bring any relief, but I know for me, having been diagnosed as a 9-year-old or 7-year-old, it didn't help shit knowing. like in terms of my ADHD, I still fucked up school, fucked up every relationship, had problems with drugs and alcohol.
I was thinking about this.
Dropped out of everything.
Addict, we'll just say addiction.
Yeah. I struggled with all of it, and then actually it was only like later on when I started being self-aware more, regardless of the ADHD. You know what I mean?
I don't think it would have helped me. I don't think. And if anything, but this is what I mean about clubs. That's why because I think clubs helped us in that way, because it was something that was completely made for us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was like ideal. But I think if you I was watching this thing the other day about like office work and stuff like that, and it's just horrific for certain because it's just a neurotypical breeding ground. Everything, all the structures and everything's just like sitting at a desk for like 8-9 hours.
I remember one of the best jobs I ever had was working at Nikki Beach in Marbella as a waiter, like a beach waiter, like loud music and like visual stimulation. Yeah. But then my anxiety fucked it up. Like I quit because of my that's like an ongoing trend that I've had throughout my life. Like my anxiety made me quit stuff. And I think the anxiety came from the ADHD.
Well, I think what people don't realise is if anybody watching who is like completely neurotypical is like that internal monologue is horrific. Like now that was what I was going to say before. So if I read something like if talk to yourself like you would talk to a mate. You know how you talk to a mate in your class. And you're like, why am I so good at telling people what to do?
Yeah.
And I'm so bad.
Bigging them up, yeah.
So like now I try and do that. It doesn't work all the time, but now I go like, what on earth are you saying to yourself, Chris? But if your
internal dialogue's so
your
important.
tendency is hyperactivity or like that way, which the ADHD is, how do you stop that?
How do you slow it down?
How do you slow it down, Like I used to be like, you do anything, you drop something, fucking hell, Chris.
So I've been medicated for my ADHD now about 5 years, and when I try and explain it to people, I say, like if I'm trying to concise it, it just makes the space between getting triggered and my reaction. It just gives a bit more space. And it's like, how do you explain that any other way?
And that's key, isn't it? Like instead of doing that rad reaction, you don't do it. You think about it more.
Yeah, but without the medication, it's like there's not much of that.
I used to get twitch in my top lip.
Oh, yeah.
That was when my adrenaline kicked in. Fuck. And that was like I could feel myself going. And like for years I didn't know what that was, but now I know what it is. I've never had it for ages now.
Man, I didn't get a twitch, but my eyes they would go funny. People like ex-girlfriends and stuff used to say like I had this weird look, and that's the stuff that they on those crime documentaries. You're like, oh, they looked at me weird. But I could feel it. My adrenaline was just like, I'd go like...
People in the crime documentaries, there's a good chance that they...
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, definitely neurodivergent. Right?
That's why I'm hell-bent on trying to... Like, even if you just talk to somebody, like this dad's somebody came up with a business group, one of the networking groups, and I was like, just try and get... If you've got kids and stuff, just get diagnosed. Just like
so when you meet people now, can you tell, or do you get a feeling if they're ADHD?
Well, you get on with them, don't you?
Yeah.
You're like, blah, 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 blah.
And can you decipher between like the autism and the ADHD?
No,
Because the autism's a bit harder to like.
Well, we
pinpoint. I never would have gone. Oh, that man, he's definitely autistic. But like you.
No, because you know why?
You
know why? And I was thinking about this the other day. Because people say ADHD Chris or ADHD Heywood, like, because like once every 2 weeks or something, you know, or when you used to go out all the time.
Yeah.
You don't see. Or you don't see the sitting in the house.
Side. Yeah.
That like I want to shut the blinds. I remember just saying, and people were like, "What?" I was like,
autism burnout.
But
stuff.
like the main thing about autism was the sensory stuff, like light, bright light. I cannot stand bright light. I'm like just like for me, a restaurant, hot restaurant, loud restaurant, busy restaurant. That's just get us out. Get us out. I cannot concentrate. There's not and that's when the emotions kick in, because somebody asks you a question, a neurotypical or somebody who's not even anywhere near you, and they'll go like like just normally, because none of this is affecting them, and you just go what?
Yeah.
Or he's not listening, or why is he just he's looking at other people. How many times have you heard that? He's looking at the last.
I had so like every Saturday, Bella's got a drama class, and so I wait downstairs in the cafe, and there's other dads there, and then all the kids come in. And it just becomes chaotic really quickly. It gets very loud. And one of the dads was talking to me, and then Bella was, kids whinge every now and then, and it's really loud. And I snapped at the dad and like told him afterwards, like, "Oh man, I'm just so overwhelmed, and I've got this and this and this." And he laughed about it, luckily. But like,
it's hard.
I could have just seemed like a complete asshole.
You do feel like, I still feel now that when I say to Sophie, I was trying to think of things the other day. I was like, right. I think we should have some hand signals. I was like, "That's time out."
When you
time out.
Yeah, when you haven't got the space.
I don't care what you're doing. I'm leaving. Time out. Yeah, I'm a bit like time out. I'm like getting a bit antsy and like I'm going now. Do you know what I mean?
It's a really good.
It's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's like we were out once, and we were talking to one of our. Like there was some teachers and stuff, and there was one, and he was just older than me, and he just there was no interest or something like that. He was just like talking about something else, and she was like, "I'm just gonna go over there," and I like my face was like, because we're sitting, when you just kind of like I'm in, and she's like, "I'm just going," and I just look, I was just like.
What? And were you stuck with this person talking?
I'm like, I don't want. Please don't. I'd rather just sit on my
difficult,
own.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like in social situations, I go to the toilet all the time. I just mince about.
Yeah.
But Sophie goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, this is a good one." So when the last holiday went on before the kids, I found a tattoo shop, and it was like cheap as chips. Yeah. It was like really cheap, and I was like, "Wow, it's like half price of England."
Yeah.
I was like, I'm too movie about anyway, so I'll just keep getting tattooed. And I thought it was the most normal thing in the world. I left her for hours. She was just sitting on her own for hours in the sun. And when she talked about it, and I really upset her. And I didn't really
because
know.
you left her alone.
Aye. But to me, I wasn't thinking about her, but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking I was just thinking about really cheap tattoos.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? 100%. And now you look back, I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry.
But you were none the wiser. I know, and it's difficult for, like, I get the same with Briggy. Briggy does similar stuff like that. And it's like, and it doesn't come from malice.
No, not at all.
But like the Sophie or like the me have to remind ourselves, like, it's not because they care less.
Yeah.
It's just a different.
Totally be interesting to get on, because she's like to speak about, like, because she says she's just built up all these strategies for us, like with like trying to read us and things like that and stuff like that. And
that would be interesting actually. It'd be super nice to get her on to talk about how it's been for her.
I had to go through it on the outside.
Yeah.
Well, obviously she's an SSE, isn't she? So she's
what's SSE?
SSA.
What's that?
I can't remember what that one is, but it's to working with the kids with SEN on the SEN register.
Oh, right.
So she works in school that deals with the SEN kids.
Yeah.
So she was like, that's kind of what I think helped her with going like, no, Chris, you've got at the same school that I used to go to.
But it's extra compassion for
either the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she gets
that's kind of what I meant before. Like I've never had that. It's always been, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, you're too loud, you're too this, you're too that.
Yeah.
Just so like, but like when you got it, it's a funny feeling, because like you've never had it. So when you get it, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Do people always feel like this? Because I've never had any help. I've literally done. I remember Dad telling us when I was a kid, look after number one. Like, and they were like, they helped, but they were like, you know, it was old school. Do you know what I mean? We were out on bikes and stuff like that anyway. And then they moved to Spain when I was like 20 for like 15 years.
Oh yeah, I remember chatting to him.
So like, it was like, which was kind of a good thing, because it was like, I remember thinking, you know, when he used to go like, oh, I'm rough, I'm going to go with my mum and dad's for my Sunday dinner, or oh, I'm going to take me shop washing or anything. I never had that for like me, majority of me like naughty years, you know, like 20 to 30 or whatever it was. Like there was literally no backup, if you know what I mean.
Safe house to go to.
I no like money or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? So I think that helped with the resilience to a certain extent, especially with the time and things like that, because it was like, you've got to keep this job. You've got to do this, you've got to do that, otherwise
urgency is
you've got no option. Do you know what I mean? Rent will not get paid, and where you've got nowhere to go. My sister was at uni and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So I think all the certain aspects that build up the resilience.
Yeah.
You know.
How long have you been taking ADHD medication for?
Oh, I'm only on my second week.
Second week.
Yeah. Started off at 10 mil, now it's on 20.
Yeah, because the medication thing's a whole journey in itself, isn't it? Like I remember I was playing around with
titration.
Yeah. I was playing around with medication for, 5 years later, I still am, but it was about 6 months before I found something that worked for me. When you started taking it, did you, I've spoken to other people that are ADHD autistic, and obviously the medication only works on the ADHD part.
Yeah.
So when you're on the medication, do you notice the autism bit more now?
Yeah, a little bit more, not loads, because I've just started on it. You kind of like, it's weird, you kind of like,
or do you know?
You do that thing like you said, like you know, when you think about things more.
Yeah.
I can stand around a lot better. Just stand around and look.
Be present, sort of thing.
Yeah, I never used to be able to do that. It was just like that thing the day that we're at.
It feels like a piss take, right? It's like this is what like normal people.
Yeah, it does feel like a piss take. I've heard that this is what normal, but it does. You just like
it does. It's unfair. It feels unfair. It feels unfair.
You're like, no wonder. Well, I've got.
No wonder. No fucking wonder.
I've got to have drugs to feel like yous.
Exactly.
I've got to test me pulse and heart and everything, because I'm on amphetamines just to feel normal.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. It's mental, isn't it? When you think about it.
It is mental.
So like,
but it's also. I mean, there's no fix, right? But it's just another tool. It's just another tool in the toolkit.
What I found was when the meds were wearing off, there must be like a paradigm. Is it a paradigm shift or whatever it is in the brain, where you know how your brain's always just like fixing neural pathways or whatever.
Yeah.
I was doing stuff better even when the meds had worn off.
Yeah.
Because my brain must have been going like, remember when you did that? Because the task initiation for me is horrific. Like, if I don't have to do it, I won't do it. You know what I mean? Even though I do a lot, dog walks, I do every school drop, every school run. Do you know what I mean? I go to work still before the kids go to school. But once if I'm not interested, I won't do it. I won't do it. Even if it's loads and loads of money, even if it's like a bill that costs loads of money, I'll leave it at like the last possible minute.
I struggle with, say I'm recording at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then that finishes at midday, and I've got like 2-3 hours of editing to do. I struggle to make that transition.
Yeah.
And I'll sit right here for like an hour, just thinking like, you need to edit. Yeah. You need to get on with it.
But your brain's already gone to, I know how long that's going to take, and I know it's not going to kick any kind of endorphin. Dopamine, sorry. Yeah. It's not going to give us any of that. I know it's not. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like.
That's the time when I might take a little nibble of my of my Ritalin, of my stimulant medication.
Well, I'm still going through it, so it could. From what I got was it went quiet, a bit like when you go somewhere really quiet, you know, and there's no the coast, but there's no seagulls and there's no people. You're like, whoa. And I felt must have been because I was like literally coming up. I felt the wind on my face more, so I googled it. And it was like, no, you just your senses on because it's dumbed down your senses. You're sensing just normal things like it should be normal. I was like, well, people feel the wind on their face. That's normal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was standing doing the ball for the dog, and I was like, oh, I feel the wind. That's really nice. I was like, I'm half stoned. Yeah. I feel stoned.
Do you think the stimulant medications? Well, I guess it's too early to tell. I think I just want to mention, like, to anyone who's on the medication journey, that there is non-stimulant medication for people to try as well.
Well, my phone's me, but I've been making like a list. I've got a non-medication cocktail. I think I've named it, headed in me notes. And lion's mane keeps kicking around.
Yeah.
Magnesium.
Magnesium.
L-theanine or something. It's called L-theanine.
I don't know that one, but I know B12 is apparently really
B12,
good.
I already have B12.
And fucking microdosing shrooms.
Right.
Microdosing shrooms is a big one. So I was on 80 milligrams of my non-stimulant medication, right? ADHD medication. It's called antamoxetine or Strattera. 80 milligrams. And then I microdosed mushrooms for a year, almost 4 or 5 times a week. And by the end of the year, I was like, I think I can lower my dose. And I halved it down to 40 and I was completely fine.
Yeah.
And I looked into it and there were like something about neuroplasticity in the brain, blah, 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 blah. I was like, fuck.
Oh, is that the same thing as what I was talking about before? Like
exactly.
Remapping, innit?
Remapping, but the mushroom was helping do all the thing. And then I brought it down to 10 milligrams and I fucked it for myself because it's not working now. So I'm trying to get back up to 20, but the whole system's...
Well, there's gummies and stuff out there as well, isn't there? There's loads of
things.
There's loads
of
they're
stuff.
not cheap, like certain things.
Yeah.
And like edibles and stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Well, we're coming to the end, but how does it feel like now with the 2 new diagnoses? You're on the journey with medication, compared to like 6 months ago. How's your overall feeling towards yourself?
Oh, much better. I mean, the main key was kids, like, because you didn't want to do what you did the other day, where you want to cut it down, they're being short with people and things like that, and being snappy with the kids. Do you know what I mean? Well, it was kids. It was that I want to cut out that, and I want to help them because there's a good chance that they're going to have some form of problems. Do you know what I mean? But mentally, much better. It's like with beer and stuff. It's like, do I need that beer, or do I just, my brain wants the hit? Do you know what I mean?
Dopamine's nice, isn't it? We're constantly seeking.
So I listen to a bit more music instead. It's just navigating. Like, it's like I've always been positive, as positive I could be. Like, not a niggy because of the RSD and because of getting shit and stuff. It's just, it's natural. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why. It's always been there.
Do you let like some of the compliments seep in now? Like when I tell you like you're a funny geezer and like I enjoyed chatting to you about these things because it's like
sometimes I kind of
can you take it in?
Somebody said it was the other day. It was like a bloke. I've known him for years, and he was like I could talk to you for ages. And I was like, oh Jesus.
Yeah, I mean that is a compliment, right?
I know, but like I think that's why I was good in bars.
It's funny for me to see the difference between. I'm good at bars. The difference between like being able to take a compliment and actually I just don't need your compliment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes people say things to me and I'm like, oh yeah, but I don't care.
You don't get many though. To be fair, you don't get many. People probably want to say it.
Yeah.
But they would never. Neurotypical. I don't think neurotypicals would ever turn around and say like, "Oh, you're really like gregarious and affable and funny and you're too much."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But like you never. So you only ever get it from like I'll talk to him.
I don't know how many neurotypical people there are.
I left. They're all working in offices. You know the ones.
They fucking are. They're miserable. They're fucking miserable.
You know the ones that you see where they're just breezing around and like they've got a big car and a nice house and stuff, whatever. They go on 2-3 holidays a year, and everything just seems just like and you're just like, how the fuck?
Yeah.
I think there's certain ones that just like, but I think there's definitely getting less and less. When I was saying this to Sophie the other day, I was like, me, you, kids now. And like you just look at half the kids that park place I've just been to. You just think, well, so they're all gonna mate.
Eventually,
yeah. So that's what's going to create. It's just going to get worse, isn't it? Isn't surely?
I don't know.
I
don't know which way it's going to go.
Like that's another.
They're definitely. I don't know if there's more ADHD and autistic people now more than ever, or if we're just starting to realize just how many.
I don't think. Well, there possibly is, but like it's just.
But it seems it's on the rise.
I've seen people saying like, "Oh, why is it more prominent now?" It's because people like me, like 2 years ago, I was embarrassed to look at a laptop.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, the psychiatrist said to me, he was like, I don't even need to read this stuff.
Yeah, you
He
know.
was like, I don't even need to read this.
Yeah, you
He was
know
like,
it.
you're top end, mate.
And it's fucking.
And I was like, mate, I'm top end now. Like, and I'm 40 odd. I was like, you didn't see me 20 years ago.
Yeah. It's important. The conversations are important though, because there'll be other guys in their 30s, 40s, whatever, and they'll be watching you talk about this stuff with the awareness that maybe they thought you wouldn't have, but you do, and you're fucking fine talking about it, and then maybe they'll be able to look at themselves and go, oh, that maybe there isn't any shame.
It's such a strange feeling.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like a relief thing. You can talk about now, you can feel the relief. You're like, God almighty. But there's cliches left, right, and centre, but it's like, oh, that's why that. I remember people just get like, I don't like it. Like, oh, you did, like, and you were just like, but luckily, because of what I built up, and I'm pretty sure I haven't built up this thing, and I keep saying it, and one day I'm just going to go, oh, nobody likes this. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I was lucky in that respect, you know what I mean? But I made myself that way. I think there's a certain point where you've got to do that. But I believe that, you know, there will be people that can it. This thing. If I'd been working in an office job and getting hammered for 20 years, I might not be this way.
No, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I was free to express myself. They were like, for 20 years, they were like, can't just make some money.
I think a lot of like ADHD or ADHD autistic people do end up getting the office job and then get suppressed into that little box where they don't talk about it, and they just like fucking miserable way of
but it
being.
is when you think. I remember I spoke to he used to be a deputy manager for us, and he was like, I think he worked for Sky. And they were like, he was like, you sit there and like from time to time they just bring a trolley full of like cakes and sugar.
Yeah.
And I like every so often just feed you the sugar.
Keep people topped
up. And like he was like, you have to tell Granny how people like they want to quit, they want to leave because I've got enough money, but you got to be like, you got to make sure they keep on. And I was like, Christ, they're feeding you, sitting there for 9 hours, they're feeding you sugar. And you've got to tell old people that...
Which is only making them feel more shit, ultimately. But in the moment, they're like, right...
Sounds horrific.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to think the clubs was horrific because he worked every weekend, and you know, but it was like, no, it's not anywhere near as bad as that.
Yeah. Right. Thank you for joining me today and having this chat.
No worries.
It fucking goes quick, doesn't it?
I didn't think we'd cover everything like so.
Is there anything else you want to go over?
Don't think so, unless you've got anything to go over.
No, I think we've done it.
Do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
If you've got any problems, get diagnosed.
Yeah,
try and get diagnosed. But it takes ages, so just jump on the.
This is like typical ADHD me. Like I do very little prep, but when I'm talking to people, I'm like, oh yeah, we could talk about this. Nice. Right, cheers, mate.
Thank you.
We're done.